We are testing out something novel in this video, which is taking the social media by storm recently. This Oreo-looking pancake lens is said to have an equivalent focal length of 32mm and an aperture of f10. I got one that's compatible with a Canon EF-M mount, though it has options for a variety of common camera mounts as well. There are multiple brands where you can get this from, but I got a generic one from Amazon for about 40 Canadian dollars. Seems like there's a trend for it recently, so I was curious to see how it fares in the real world. And this is how it looks like when attached to the Canon M3 body. Now, let's put this bad boy to a test. So the sun is out and this is very unusual, like the forecast, there's no sunshine at all, but gladly we got some today. I purchased this disposable lens and I tried this on my Canon M3 and now we're trying it out outside for the very first time. So I think this really works great with a lot of sunlight going around. So yeah, I think this is the perfect time to go. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some good shots. And yeah, I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's go. Let's try to take photos of my car right here. Okay. So apparently I have to be at a distance because this is a fixed focal length. Yeah. So let's just take a couple of more. Okay. So I actually have to be out of frame. Okay, let's take a shot of this train. 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's take another one. Let's take another one. Let's take another one. Okay. Hopefully I do have something in there that's usable. Oh my god, that's so overexposed. So maybe let's turn down the exposure compensation a bit. It is still very bright. That is a bummer. I have no idea why. So after checking my phone and all that stuff, I found out that my shutter speed is set at 1/60th. So 160, I don't know, it's 1/60th of a second. So I try to bump it up and I think it works better now. And let's see here. Okay, I think that will work. Let's try this again. Let's try to take photos of my car right there. The whole car. I have a few shots right here. I'm not sure how that turns out, but I think I'll take some more. Okay, so I did take a few photos around the park and it's so hard to see because the sun is so bright. This camera is so old. I haven't used this in a long time. It's like learning something new again. I'm not used to it anymore. I haven't really used this, like totally honest with you. But it's a good experience. It's good to be out on a Saturday. And let's go back to the lab and let's see. Hey guys, welcome back and thank you for staying at this point of my video. And now we're back in my lab. So it's just basically in my room right now. And we're gonna do a preview of the photos that we took early on. We can start with the photos that I happened to accidentally took without checking my settings first. So this one is a photo of the train that's really overexposed. As you can see my reaction in the first part of the video, but it's good that I caught that early on just so I have the chance to like correct the settings and then take the photos once again. So these are the failed photos. As you can see, these are really overexposed. I dialed down the exposure compensation, but that did not do anything, only to find out I had the shutter speed so slow that it really captures too much light and it causes the photo to be really washed out and overexposed. So okay, so as you can see, this is an unedited photo. So these are straight out of camera photo. The colors are popping right there and you can see the vignetting is very obvious in the sides. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it or not, but as you can see, the vignette is giving off like a magenta tint to it. So I'm not sure if I kind of like that. As for sharpness, as you can see, they're ghosting, but gives that old vibe. So it's not really sharp. It feels like there's an oil that's on the lens almost. It gives you that kind of vibe. The greens are so green, which I kind of like. And the dog really pops out. The contrast is there. Okay, so when I zoom this in, it kind of has that bloom or that glow around the highlights. It almost feels like you've slapped a filter, a glow filter, a mist filter, or a diffusion filter on it. But I think this is good if you're going for that very specific vibe. So okay, so this one is an indoor one. The sunlight is very direct to the window. And as you can see, you cannot almost see any details in the shadows in the foreground. The clock is not really in focus in here because I was so close to the object. The equivalent focal length is at 32 millimeters, but that out of focus vibe gives it a very organic, authentic feels to it. It almost kind of feels like you shot this in a film without the means to preview things, and you just accept what it is when it's already printed, right? So those are the photos straight out of camera photos. So what do you guys think? Well, for me, if you are really into this very specific aesthetic or filmic vibes in your photos, what I think the major use of this one is for social media. So if you're really into this, then probably grab one, and like there are multiple brands out there, but I got this one in Amazon, and I could probably post the link below. I'm not affiliated with them. I just like, hey, I just saw this in Amazon one time, and then I think it's very quirky. I just purchased it. It's a good to have, but you shouldn't really go out and spend your last buck on this lens. So that's my honest opinion right there. Thank you for watching until this part of the video, and I truly appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next one.